Well, thank you so much for staying with us. And again, thank you to our sponsors so that we can come to you each and every Saturday morning during the growing season right here on the Light at 8 a.m. So if you have questions that you would like to ask and you haven't done so before, maybe you're a first-time listener. Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning. But you can ask your questions by calling me or Sarah or Devin at the store and have your questions answered by calling 330-455-5997. You can email me your questions at cindypetitti@gmail.com. That's CINDYPETITTI@gmail.com. Or better yet, bring your questions to us at the store. We would love to meet you. You can bring us a little baggie of insects or a baggie of soil or a baggie of leaves or stems that you're dealing with, maybe some insects you caught and want to know what they are and how to control them. You can bring all your questions to the store at 5828 Columbus Road, right there on the corner of Columbus Road and Broadway in Nimishillen Township. We are only minutes from Maslin, Canton, Alliance, Minerva. Some people come in and say, oh my gosh, I came so far. I don't think probably anyone has ever come so far to have a question answered. And I'll say, well, my goodness, where are you from? And they'll say, I'm from Jackson Township. And I'll be like, oh my goodness, you drove all of 13 minutes to get to us. So it's really not that far from anywhere. I guess it's your perspective on how far things are. But going to your local independent garden center is definitely a way to have your questions answered. Big box store garden centers usually won't be able, their personnel just won't be able to answer. Now, sometimes, they can, but most of the time, they just don't have all of those answers. So that's why supporting your local independent garden center is a great way to support your community as well. But if you live in Jackson Township and we are too far for you, make sure you stop in at Roar's. They have some great people there that would be able to answer your questions as well. So we have some things that we want to let you know about that's going on at the store. Here it is. Going on, we're in the middle of August and a lot of your flowers aren't looking so good. So we have, some great looking flowers that we cut back and trimmed and did some extra fertilizing to. So we have some nice, beautiful hanging baskets. We also have some nice 4-inch and 5-inch plants that you could throw in your planters if they're not looking good. Or maybe you're ready to go ahead and move into mums. We have our mums ready to go. And along with the mums, what accents them very nicely are the flowering ornamental kales and cabbages. We have those ready to go. A lot of the ornamental peppers that look very attractive as fall comes on. They're the reds and purples and oranges. They're very, very pretty. We have those ready to go all out at the store. So you can see those by coming out and visiting us. And also, if you're out at the fair, several of those plants will be on display out there as well. But you can swing out. It's a great time to go ahead and get some of those things ready. If you're having a party, having a back to school bash where all the kids are coming over and you want the parents to be able to see nice planters, well, you can stop in. We have some beautiful sun patients that we have done some extra care to. Like I said, beautiful hanging baskets that we have perked up. There's some really nice cannas that if you like that tropical look, they're going to be able to do all those things for you. So we have had a couple questions about peaches, and we ourselves we have a peach tree, and yes, the question was, why do the bees like the peaches? Well, it's sort of a silly question, I thought. But you know what? Hey, there are a lot of new gardeners out there, and we want to answer all their questions. But the bees love the peaches because they're so sweet. So if there is any imperfection in it, the bees are going to go right to it. And I know our tree of course, has peaches that are loaded with imperfections, just like all of us. We use no spray or only a slight amount of an organic spray. So we do have some imperfections on our peaches, and the bees love them. I have to say that it doesn't really bother me to pick a peach that has some little holes in it, cut that out, throw it away, and then still use the peach. And actually, all the peaches that I use are like that because we sell the other peaches, the ones that are perfect or just about perfect. We sell those, and so I only use the ones that have the imperfections or the ones that maybe the bees have eaten half of it, and then I cut that part off, and then I use the rest. Or I freeze them, so I have them for winter. Again, we want to, have that low carbon footprint, so I have the peaches that came from our backyard for the winter. And I'm not buying peaches in the winter that came from Florida or California or someplace like that. But a lot of you have really battled with insects and diseases on your peach trees. So if you right now, you're harvesting peaches and you're dealing with some issues and you're like, oh, what do I do? Bonide has some great products out there to spray. The orchard spray is good. You're a little late now if you're harvesting your peaches and, you have a lot of bad spots. But this is, going to be what you're going to want to do for next year. So this fall, fertilize it with Tretone. That's going to give it a good stance throughout the winter to be able to be strong. Next spring, you're going to want to do that again and then use the orchard spray before you have any leaf, any flower, spray then, spray after your flowering is done, spray at the first sign of fruit formation. And then if you want perfect peaches, and if you're selling them, definitely you want them to look as good as you can, spray them on about an every 3-week basis until it's time to harvest. But if you're for yourself, you don't need to spray that much if you don't mind some imperfections. But, peaches are very, very healthy for you. Of course, they are a fruit that is high in sugar, but the vitamins that are in the peaches are just crazy. Just all of the B's, there's vitamin C, of course. Also, it's a high form of phosphorus and potassium and magnesium and calcium. So, peaches are very healthy, even though some diets don't recommend peaches because they are high in sugar. It's one that, that natural sugar that God gave us isn't near as bad as a refined sugar. So eating those peaches are going to be actually quite good for you. And they can be used in so many things. I actually this past week made a cobbler with peaches from our tree, from the peaches that were half bad. And I cut that off and let my chickens have that. And then I used the good part of the peach. And then I used Gary Burns's blueberries. Gary from Louisville has organic grown blueberries. So we made a organic peach blueberry cobbler. And it was just delightful. And we shared it with the Rotarians from the Louisville chapter. And it was wonderful. So, but those are some tips if you are growing some fruit trees. Now, the next question was about figs. And figs are a little bit controversial. Some people are buying a Chicago hardy fig, and because they are a hardy fig, they plant them outside. And that is definitely something you can do. You probably won't have as a bountiful harvest if you are planting outside without doing a lot of care for the winter. But if you can keep it in a pot and bring it in, your harvest will be much greater. Figs are a biblical fruit. So they're one that's close to my heart, actually, and very, very good for you. High in potassium and manganese. Just very, very healthy for you. It helps, with bone health, and it's good for postmenopausal issues that women have. So, it's something that is a very healthy fruit that you want to eat. But what we recommend is, and we sell the fig trees. We have them available right now. We recommend that if you can in any way, bring them in for the winter. They are a deciduous tree. They're going to lose their leaves, so don't freak out when you bring it in and they still lose their leaves. They're going to lose the leaf. And then you can keep it inside all winter. It can come out the first part of May, and start with great fruit formation. We're harvesting right now. So if you've maybe never had a fresh fig and you would like to have one, we harvest a few just about every single day. So you can come over and try a fig and see if it's something that you want to, grow yourself. We also offer a service if you don't have a place to put it in your home and you would like yours to be inside for the winter. We do offer that service where we will babysit your fig tree or your lemon tree or lime tree or whatever kind of plant you have. We will babysit it for the winter for you. So if you would like to take advantage of that service for us to babysit your plant for the winter, you can always give us a call and find more out about that service, or email me, and then we can talk about that and how you can do that. So those are some things. If you have other questions, like we have answered earlier on the show today, or about any of the services that we do provide, please give us a call at 330-455-5997. Email me at cindypetitti@gmail.com, or stop in at the store at 5828 Columbus Road, right there on the corner of Columbus Road and Broadway. So like next week, like I said, we will have Dale Click, the president of the Stark County Fair Board, with us on the air. We're going to be talking about all the things going on at the fair. Contest, different things, shows that's going on. We'll be talking about all of that. So please tell all your friends to, if they want a sneak peek of everything that's going on at the fair, to join us next week on the show. They're going to get up early and listen to the show, and we'll be, talking about that. And the following week, we'll also have a guest that will be talking about Farm Bureau. So a lot coming up in the next few weeks. Just to let everyone know, Farm Bureau is doing a raffle. We are raffling off, the Stark County Farm Bureau anyhow, we're raffling off the Centennial 22 rifle. This is Ohio Farm Bureau's 100th anniversary. And so to commemorate that, and for a fundraiser for our local Farm Bureau to continue with the programming that we do to educate people about agriculture, we are raffling off this Centennial gun. And you can see photos of it on our Facebook page. We are going to be posting those. Actually, hopefully they should already be posted. I'm not the best at this, so my daughter's helping me. But if you are interested in buying a raffle ticket, they are $20, and you can contact me at the store at 330-455-5997, or you can contact Stark County Farm Bureau, and we will make sure that you get one of those raffle tickets. We will be drawing for the rifle and the second prizes and so on at our annual meeting that is on September 10th. So here we are at the end of another show. I want to thank you all so much for being with us today. Remember to be here next Saturday morning. We're going to have Dale Click, president of the Stark County Fair Board, with us, and it will be a lot of fun. You're going to get all the sneak peeks of what's going on at the 170th Stark County Fair starting on August 27th. Thank you so much for being with me, and have a blessed week.